to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause, we doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar pointing you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Man Talk Mondays. We are back once again. Another Monday. Came pretty fast too, man.
Mondays don't wait for nobody. Mondays just run up in here right after Friday. Monday say, I got next. I mean, man. Right up in there, man.
These Mondays rolling, brother. They are rolling. We be in March tomorrow.
I guess I better start my New Year's resolutions, huh? I better get over there.
You had that grace period before you start.
I better get on them, sir. I better get on.
Oh, man. Well, I'm the thought engineer. This is my man, comedian John Yogi. This is Man Talk Monday. So let me just remind everybody, Man Talk Mondays, open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to participate, join into the conversation. You are welcome. We want to hear from you. Now, how you talk to us, go in the comments, leave your questions. We can see these, and this is how you talk to us, right? By all means, be a part of the conversation. We want to hear from you, right? Make sure you like, share, subscribe to our podcast. You like what we're doing, like what we're talking about, tell somebody. We don't want to be the best kept secret
that don't nobody know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can find our podcast. We on Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, Bullhorn, a whole lot of different platforms. You can go and check us out and go and watch us. Now you can watch us. You can watch us on TV as well. You can catch us on BS3 TV on Roku. You got a Roku TV or a Roku device connected to your TV. Go to the BS3 TV channel on Roku. Got a whole channel. Go to the channel and find a whole lot of great content. Got Man Talk Mondays. You got Cigar Chronicles. You got Life Happens. You got Queen 3 and King. You got, it's a whole lot of great podcasts on there that you can go and check out. So by all means, go and check it out. Check us out on TV. Man.
Well, so you got to drink some water after all that, don't you?
Oh, man. Oh, bro. Yeah, bro, sucking wind over here, boy.
been a long weekend, brother. You got it in this weekend, bro. You got it in.
Oh, man. But we're going to keep it rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our segment we call Man Talk About It. Man Talk About It. What's going on in this world for us to talk about? First thing, don't you just love when people try to make it work? You hear the bad news about marriages falling apart, and especially in Hollywood, you just count it done. Mm-hmm. You actually got people who work and try to make it work. Jason Momoa,
Kim and Kanye get back together.
Man, no.
Okay.
Boy, Kim ain't starting Kanye. Poor Kanye. That brother moved across the street. Like, you gonna see me.
and being his blinds every day like this.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, wow.
But Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet called off the divorce.
They said we were just playing. We were just playing. Listen, and think about this, D. Both of them now, I don't really know him as much, but I know she's kind of peculiar. She's a little different. And so,
yeah.
And she's older. And once you find somebody that kind of that gets you and you get them, you might want to sit down somewhere with them. Because you're not regular gasoline. Yeah. You unleaded. You all unleaded. You all unleaded.
No premium, no.
No, bro. You're not regular no more. Bro.
Hey, man.
And they've been together for a minute, so they know each other. I just think we take for granted how easy it is or how difficult it is when you're going through a divorce and trying to find somebody else. Now in Hollywood, they change normally like you change shoes, but actually being compatible with somebody is something completely different.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got a few people that make it work, and you gotta know that it's not easy. It don't come easy. It don't come easy at all. They probably go through.
Well, and besides, in that Hollywood pool, there are more people that are willing to just sleep with you rather than trying to have an actual relationship with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cause he Aquaman.
Yeah. Man,
they the word was he was living in an $800,000 trailer. They were circling that trailer trying to get to him. I know they was. He Aquaman. He's somebody.
Oh, you already know.
He's somebody.
My thing is, where you get an $800,000 trailer?
Brother, you Aquaman. They'll give you one. They would give you one long as they put their name on it, bro. But that's a whole lot of trailer. You ain't gonna find one of those trailers along 75 on the service road down there. You're not gonna find it.
Hey,
you ain't gonna find that trailer over there.
That trailer park is exclusive. You ain't just getting that trailer. Hey, they take applications at that trailer park.
That's a gated community trailer park. $800,000. Yes,
I'm happy for him, because whenever he would talk about her, man, he seemed like he genuinely, really, cared about her, man, really loved her. So,
bruh, he seemed like his nose was wide open for her, bruh. He didn't just seem like he loved her. He seemed like he was genuinely crazy about her. And she 15 years older. She got that crazy love. She just get into bed and do all kind of crazy stuff. He be like, I don't know if I need to call the police on you or ask you again. Because she crazy.
Lisa Bonet been different for a long time.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I'll never forget it when she did that one movie while she was on the Cosby Show.
I said, Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. Yes, remember, Angel Heart. It completely changed.
Remember, like it was yesterday too. Hey, me and Lisa ain't been the same since that movie, bro. We both changed after that.
Yeah, but no, that's good for them, man. It's good to see people put in the effort, man, and try to make stuff work. Great thing.
Absolutely.
Great thing.
Mm-hmm.
All relationships don't seem to work out that well.
Most of them.
When you got an abusive, I'll just tell you. So everybody knows Ukraine and Russia are having a conflict right now. Ukraine and Russia. It's a big deal. They're trying to jack gas prices up because of it, which I'm not pleased about.
At all.
But it's supposed to be impacting the whole world and all this. I think it's a bunch of lying, but it's people trying to get more money. But I read something that kind of explained the whole conflict in terms that, people can understand. So it says the Ukraine-Russia crisis in simple terms for those who have no idea what's going on. All right, so this is the rundown. Ukraine used to be in an abusive relationship with Russia, feeding him, letting him use her car, and giving him whatever he asked for until she built up the confidence to call it quits back in 1991. Since then, Ukraine has been working on herself, becoming a strong, independent woman with the help of friends like France, America, Poland, etc., offering her support, loaning her money, and helping her find her way. Ukraine has been enjoying being single for 30 years and looking forward to continuing to grow and create new friendships. Now, Russia, being the toxic ex that it is, wants her back and doesn't want her meeting new people or creating any new relationships. A couple of weeks ago, Russia started sitting in front of Ukraine's house. And when her friends asked him, what was he doing there? He said, oh, nothing. Just getting a little exercise in, that's all. After her friends told her that Russia was potentially getting ready to do something bad to her, he said, they're lying. They just want you to be scared of me. That's not what it is. Then yesterday, Russia broke into Ukraine's house, beating her up and taking advantage of her while on live stream and double dog daring any of her friends to do something about it. And if they do want the smoke, Russia got that thing on.
Well, I have a couple of comments. First of all, I didn't know Ukraine was a black woman. Ukraine sound like Tina Turner or Rihanna after she got jumped on by Chris Brown.
Oh, wow.
And another thing, why is it that when they in those relationships like that, they always end up going back against everybody tell them, girl, we got you, we can do this, and you leave them at your house, and when you come back, them fools be gone back over there where you left them. Not sometimes. Every time you be like, what, Ed? I thought we was gonna build something. You know, I had decided, and he had called and he apologized, and that he loved me. So I went back to him. You be like, and not one time. This is what they do all the time. Because you think he loved you, you just brought that out of him. He said he wasn't gonna do that no more. He wasn't gonna thump you in the middle of your head no more. You thought that was it until he blacked your eye.
Yeah, that's always confused me. And then get mad when somebody else jump in and try to help you.
You better not.
Ukraine was different. Ukraine was living her best life though.
She really was. Yeah, but she kept looking over at him though. You can't live your best life. You can't live your best life if you keep looking over there to see what he doing. You can't live your best life. You can't live your best life that way, D. They know you can't do it, D. You can't do that.
Yeah, I thought that was a great analogy. And now anybody who was confused about the news, you get it now. You understand now what's going on between Ukraine and Russia.
Because I can relate to it now. At first, I couldn't relate to it. I can relate to it. Oh, that their exes, they broke up. Oh, I get that. Exactly. Yeah, Russia came home one day. Ukraine had cooked some eggs. He went bananas. Because he tired of eating eggs. He tired of eating eggs. Eggs again? I don't want no more eggs. I get it, man. I get it.
Oh yeah. So it's interesting. What I'm tired of is everybody trying to jack up prices because the wind blow hard one day. Oh, we got to jack up the prices. I'm tired of that. So now they saying gas might get up to $7 a gallon.
If it do, I won't be driving no more. I'll be the one.
I'm about to invest in bicycles
or something. I'll be the one that be soiled up top with the big legs down bottom because.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So what we got on tap today, D? What we doing for them today?
So for my people who want to be in relationships, you want somebody to be with. We want to make sure that you're going about this the right way. Right? Mm-hmm. Because for some reason, as soon as people get together, first place they end up is where?
In the busy.
In the bed. Hey, in the bed. This is what's causing you some issues. So we talking about tonight before we head to the bed. Before we head to the bed. Or as John likes to call it, run me them panties.
Bring them on. Bring them on. Don't play. Bring them on. They coming. They coming anyway. Might well run them to me now. Not to me, but my friend.
For your friend. Do you think we put too much, not emphasis? I don't want to say emphasis because it's an important part. Are we too quick with the whole sex thing?
Well, we are too quick, but contrary to what you say, I think we put way too much emphasis on sex. I really do. I think we put way too much emphasis on how somebody can make me feel in a span of there's 24 hours in a day. In a span of I'm being very generous tonight. I'm gonna give you an hour of the 24 hours in a day. I'm gonna give you an hour.
Right.
But I think we put way too much emphasis on how getting in the bed. I think way too much emphasis. And that's the do all be all for most. That should be the prize. After I get your heart, then the booty should be right behind it. But now people are willing to hand you their booty first and then try to get their heart from there, which is crazy.
So Christina says depends on what you want from them.
Well, Christina, what you want? What you want, Christina? What you want? Cause that single thing is only gonna last for so long. You only even listen, right. And you only good in that time frame for so long. After that, you play out because some new ones steady running in. The new hot ones steady running in. So what you do when you're on the other side of that? What do you do? What do you have to offer? Because this is the thing, Christina. I think single people sell themselves short because they think that's all they have to offer. There's so much more to people than just how good what you are in bed.
So you think it's a distraction? Think sex is a distraction?
I think most people suffer from a lack of self-confidence, and that's the place where I can get you in there, and I can put it down. I got that fire. I got fire in here. I got firewall.
Monique said, yes, it totally depends on where the person is in their life. Okay, so it depends on where the person is in their life. Does body count matter?
Listen.
Does body count? Because if you don't care, are you watching your body count?
Body count matters to men. Because most men don't want to be with women that have a body count like theirs.
Oh, wow.
Because normally what happens is when you have a body count like that, you tend to drag that into your intended relationships. Because when your body count is kind of high, you got memories of stuff and things that have been done to you and that you have done. And we drag those in our relationship, and you get a nice square guy that you really feeling, and you trying to help him become something, or vice versa, and he get in there and you on the chandelier, you doing all this. He like, whoa, I just arrived here, and what is all this? It does
right.
matter. It does. It
right.
does. It pollutes the water. The more you have, the more the water is polluted. You don't think so?
He said, yeah, you learned that from somewhere. You ain't just come up with that. You got that from somewhere.
Who? Me? I just came up with that. See, my best stuff is right off the top of my head. I don't rehearse this. This crazy. Crazy is in her. I'm trying to get it out to y'all.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, man, you get somebody in their bedroom and they start doing tricks and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, you did just come up with, you ain't freestyling. You got that from somewhere.
It did too, man. Don't nobody want to be with nobody that they think was a hoe.
Whoa.
And that's man or woman. A hoe don't have no particular sex. It's universal. It's universal, like a universal bathroom where anybody can go in and out of it. hoes the same way. Don't nobody want to get in bed with nobody that feel that you feel like it's been around that anybody is worth having.
So, any ladies that's listening, how important is body count to you? How important is body count? Does it matter if his body count is high? Y'all let me know. I want to know. I know for men, yeah, it matters. But I want to know for women, does it matter?
We don't want to. Everybody wants to be proud of who their spouse is. Actually, you want to be able to brag about that you have something. That you have something nobody else has had. But hell, if you out there giving it out like it's a change at the corner for the panhandlers, you got to be worth having, man. That's my take.
Monique says, I believe you need to be careful of the body count for many reasons. However, what's done before your forever is your business. Is it though, Monique?
But Monique.
She said that is so sexist. What's sexist?
What's sexist?
What's sexist?
And hold on, don't let Monique off the hook yet either. Don't let Monique
Alicia
off the hook
agrees
yet.
with
And Alicia, you just hold up. I got something for all y'all. But let me say this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Monique, you say you need to keep that to yourself. And I get it, because that is the intention. You want to make sure that nobody really knows what you've done, what you haven't done. But you mean to tell me it ain't going to spill out? It ain't going to spill out? Because it's going to come out somewhere. And when you get it, most of the time sexually, when it goes to a place, it spills out. And listen, contrary to what you say, Monique, you got stuff that you like sexually and that you want done sexually. You want somebody to choke you out until you about to pass out and slap you. You want to wake you up. You want that. You get with somebody and you can't say, listen, this is what I need you to do. Dial 911 because I'm going to pass out. You going to think I'm dead, but I ain't. Slap me real hard. And then I'm going to wake up and then it's going to be good. But just in case you slap me, do it, call the other ones so the police can come. You can't just look over that. You can't.
And no, I can tell you from a man's perspective, don't no man want to be walking around with his woman and see other guys that he know she done been with.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
No.
See, women, guys are simple. We are very simple, but we're very prideful. It's a couple of things that guys really don't like. We don't like to be disrespected by another guy. We'll be ready to fight, or anybody else. We'll be ready to fight. And there's a smaller level of disrespect when a guy looks at you, and you know he's been with your girl. He don't even have to say nothing. He just look at you. And this is what I've heard. Now, this is not me. This is what I've heard. There's nothing that's more upsetting to a guy than to be around a guy that's actually been with his girl. And there's nothing more upsetting to a guy. We are simple, but that's one of the kryptonite things right there. That's one of the things we will have to choke you out of. Is that right there? D, am I lying?
No, and I want to know, ladies, are y'all cool with that? Are y'all cool with that? Are you cool with being around another female that you know? If some woman walk up to you and say, "Oh, is that so and so?" "Oh yeah, girl, I remember him, girl."
He used to have.
Mika says body counts matter. I promise. Men may say they don't care, but they do. That is right. Oh yeah, we care.
Yeah, look,
we care. And to Christina's point, it is a double standard because we'll run that body count up, but you better not have one. We'll run that body count up, brother.
But now it may be unfair, but we would like every man likes to think of their particular woman as that girl, as that chick. As I don't want to say wholesome, but remember wholesome has the word hoe in it, so maybe I can say that wholesome and think that she's special and we want to think that it was reserved for me. Now we know 9 times out of 10 that we not the only ones y'all been with, but I ain't got to see that Negro every week, do I? Do I got to see him all the time?
Right. Now Monique says, what are the odds of that though? You never know. Life is too funny and the world is too small. It is way too small.
Go ahead.
Okay. Elisa says, not at all. We be ready to fight too. See, women, y'all not cool with the body counts either. Y'all, you don't want to be around some other girl who you know has been with your man.
And she be over there talking about, girl. When I had woke up, girl, I was like, boy, I can't do no more. I got to go home. You don't want all that. You don't want all that.
Hey. Do he still do that thing?
Wait a minute. Remember in Soul Food when that fool said,
I was thinking about
Cola. I used to call her Cola. I'm like, I'm jumping on you right now, sir. You finna get these lefts and rights right now.
That was disrespect to the highest level, man.
That's one of the things we don't like. We don't like to be disrespected, especially when it comes to our women.
Now, Christina said that's never stopping the thing. But here's the thing. When you get with somebody that you want to be with, because one thing about it, people rush into the bed, but there is a lot of communication that needs to happen before y'all get there. A lot of communication. So we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about the 6 levels of communication or connection. 6 levels. There's levels to this, and y'all be jumping levels and then trying to go back and pick up the levels after the fact, and it don't work that way.
In other words, levels before the panties come tumbling down.
Right. 6 locks that you got to unlock. 6 locks you got to unlock.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, we don't. Hey, and again, for him and for her.
Right. This goes both ways.
For her. Yeah, we want everybody to keep their pants up.
Monique say, John, wholesome. Most men will believe what a woman tells them, especially when they fall so in love. Monique, let me let you know something. He don't believe you. He just scared to tell you he don't.
You don't think he believe her?
Eventually he gonna get suspicious, but he not gonna say nothing. If he really depending on this relationship, he not gonna say nothing. But watch it. He gonna switch up on you. He'll still do stuff, but he'll get attitude quicker than he used to, or something like that. Because there is something running in his mind about you. Because that same man is very observant. He watching things, even when you don't think he watching. I'm telling you, he's not gonna always say anything because he don't want to scare you off. He don't want to run you off. But that don't mean he won't be resentful. Christina says, think I'm gonna give up that good cause it's community. Nah.
What? Wait. I didn't get it.
We know it ain't community. Nah, we know it ain't community. We understand it ain't community.
Oh, but okay.
But when things get serious, or you want to settle down, you want to get serious with somebody, you tired of the running around and all this kind of stuff, you want to be with somebody, these are things you got to consider. So we're talking about the 6 levels of emotional connection and communication. These are some things that you got to go through before you do all that stuff you do. All right. First one is the friendship. You got to have friendly communication. Safe, friendly communication. You got to have safe, friendly communication.
Yeah, okay. Now that's okay. And again, I agree with all these, but most of the times, and what's going to be difficult to get past is the what's the best that people feel in a relationship is when it's new. And when it's new, we have a tendency to run by stuff because I'm vibing with you, you vibing with me, you fine, I'm fine. Oh, it's gonna be magic. Because we skip past all of this because we know, oh my God, this is probably it right here. Oh man, you see, and she kind of sit back on legs. Oh my goodness, this gonna be it right here. And we forgo all of this, all of the first part of it, because there's some friendly conversation, bruh. That is because if you can't talk to each other before the relationship, you ain't gonna be able to say nothing to each other after it starts.
Oh, bro, what you talking about? If you can't just sit and just be around the person, have a good time and stuff, listen, you in trouble.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, do you think it's better for people to get together, like a dude see a girl at the club, he walk up to her and the whole intention is getting with her, or rather people be in the same circle and you get to see them, outside of that whole casually.
Yeah.
And then you say, I kind of like her. I kind of like him. Which one you think is better?
Well, I think the latter is better, but I think about the club, I think the club thing is expected. When I'm in the club, you in the club, because most of the time, you don't meet people in the club, and you don't meet people in the club and want to get to know them or take them out. Normally, because it's expected that I'm see you. Hey, we smashing. That's expect in the club. That is the culture that's expected. Now, so when you don't want that, I think it's a whole lot better to kind of be with somebody that you kind of see, that you kind of don't know, that can get you where you in a safe place to where you can get to know people, man. Because honestly, bro, you need to get to know people who need to get to know somebody that you may be dealing with in the future.
Yeah, and I think this community, number one, that safe, friendly communication, it happens in places where you can kind of let your guards down, because once there's relationship on the table, everybody's guarded.
Yeah,
you're getting that representative.
I'm finna eat with my mouth closed. I ain't gonna eat while I'm talking. I ain't gonna really be comfortable because I'm trying to impress you. I'm trying to talk, trying to make my voice a little deeper. I'm trying to wear my stack shoes so I can be a little taller. So I'm trying to do all this so I can impress you. And remember, my representative is there, so I don't want you to see none of my holes up with an L, and none of my flaws.
I never say you got
an L on the end of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I don't want to see none of my flaws. But if it's comfortable when we get around each other and friends and stuff, now I can have a good time. Because most of the time, I know with me, you're going to be attractive to me by when I'm relaxed and because when I'm comfortable, I'm funny. We're gonna have a good time. But if I'm trying to impress you, I'm cool. I ain't saying I'm quiet. You know what I'm saying?
So lady say, I ain't farting in front of you.
Well, but you shouldn't be farting anyway. Women shouldn't fart.
But I mean, it's different if the dude see the girl tear down a rack of ribs, like, you know what I'm saying, for real, like she really do, because they in a comfortable setting around other people, rather than, nibbling on some ribs like she don't really get down like that.
She's not gonna eat no ribs, number one. She's not gonna eat no ribs around you because she can't be cute and eat ribs. Barbecue sauce gonna be everywhere. Barbecue sauce, you can't. I saw this lady eat a piece of chicken with a fork and a knife and didn't touch the bone. Didn't touch it. Her hands never. And I thought, girl, that's some skill you doing right there. Didn't touch it. You got every drop of meat off of that. You did that, girl. You my hero. Matter of fact. Yeah, it's important because you got to be. Most people aren't comfortable enough to say, "Hey, I ain't no salad chick." You see these hams I got? You see that left ham and that right ham? This ain't salad. I didn't get salad on these.
Right.
I had some steak on these steak hams right here.
Right. I had some barbecue ribs. I had some tater salad. Right.
Yeah. But most people not comfortable enough that I remember when I was in the store. I was working in the store, and this little petite little lady came in, just cute as she could be, and she's with a boyfriend. I'll never forget. They walked up and they was talking to me about something, and her stomach growled loudly, and I could look at her and tell that they were dating. And I know she hadn't ate like she wanted to because it was kind of morning. I said, boy, you better go take her to get her one of them country slams or something. He needs some food, bro. For your stomach,
Not
for
the
your stomach
Denny's.
to ground, bro. For your stomach to ground, bro. You ain't ate nothing. You ain't ate nothing. You hungry, brother. Go feed that girl. Gone now.
Right.
All your
And they
cuteness
just came
left
from
when your
dinner.
stomach ground. Your cuteness gone. Boy, go feed her. Go do something with her.
Oh man, I bet she was embarrassed.
Brother, I don't think she was more embarrassed than me, brother, because I was embarrassed for her, brother.
All right, so the second level is communicating other people's opinions. All right, so you've gotten with the person, you say, oh, let's go out on a date, but now you start expressing other people's views about either situations or the person. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I just want to know. I kind of heard that you was, people. I asked about you, and I kind of heard some things, and so you start communicating other people's opinions.
Now, and remember this, guys. You got to keep an open mind anytime you're talking about somebody else and what you've heard about them, whether it be good or bad. Because just like with them, they've heard stuff about you too as well. They've heard as soon as you have one drink, the whole bottle got to be gone before you're gonna put it down. They heard that about you. How you gonna explain that? They've heard that. They've heard that. They heard that. So when he talks about him, how he kind of quiet, how he shy, how he he kind of I guess I'm saying all that to kind of say just be open to people having flaws. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Oh man,
Nobody's perfect.
you just said a mouthful, brother.
I try to, dude.
You just said a mouthful. Be open to people having flaws. Y'all, I hope y'all got that. Be open. Nobody's perfect, and don't expect perfection.
See, that's what get me. The people that want perfection limping in there with a slew-footed and ain't bringing nothing that resemble perfection to the table, and you have the audacity to ask and act like you're looking for perfection. No. Look in the mirror, and that is probably what you're going to be getting back.
Dude, that's huge. Because
most people are average. Most people are average. Most people are average people, D.
And let's be honest. Do you really want somebody that's perfect? Because if you're not perfect, that's pressure. That's pressure you don't want to deal with.
I'm finna tell y'all something. I ain't never told nobody before. I told a couple people, but I'm gonna tell y'all. When I saw this lady one time. Do I need to call her? I don't need to call her name. But
no, you ain't got to call her name.
When I saw her, I thought, oh my God. I would have to get 2.5 jobs to be with her. Because you can
call her name. You can call her name. That's fine.
When I first saw Pilar Sanders, Deion Sanders' ex-wife, that girl looked like they had put her together. This the fine section over here. She was in the fine section on the top rack.
Right.
You got to reach up to get her because she was so fine. And I was literally, I thought, oh, ain't no way. I literally thought there's no way in the world. There's nothing that could happen besides being a professional athlete that I can end up with somebody like that. There's no way. Now, at the time I was 6'2", I had long hair, and I had the bit on my stomach. But still, even in that, I still thought, because I knew where I was. And the problem with people most of the time is we overvalue where we are. Oh,
yeah. You got to be real with yourself. Got to be real with yourself. All right. So the third level number 3 is personal opinions and beliefs. So it's no longer what I heard about, but what I think. Right?
Yeah, and again, because we're still in the dating process, and this is a part of our communication process that we're going through. It's almost, I think it's even better to kind of make light of what I think. When I had seen you and you was over there talking out loud, acting crazy, girl, I was like, "Ooh, shit, so crazy." It's almost better to make light of it than it is to be serious about it. Because let me tell you something. By the time you get to the third level, you already know whether or not you're going to be in a relationship with the person at that point. You already know whether they're gonna turn you out when you say, "Oh, girl, I can't stand him. Oh, girl, I can't wait. This may be interesting." You already know that by the time you. As a matter of fact, I heard this. I wanted this truth. They say a woman knows whether or not she's going to be with you after she meets you. It takes her about 10 minutes, and she kind of understands whether or not she wants anything to do with you or not. Do you believe that?
I can kind of see that. I think both sides, most people make up their mind pretty quickly.
But or at least shallow. But we can't. That's shallow, D. You don't know nothing about me. All you know is my physical. You listen. You know my physical appearance, and you know that I'm a guy that have everybody laughing. But you don't know me. You don't know how I hide behind being funny because I got a bad attitude. You don't know that if you say something out of the way, I'm liable to snatch you up. You don't know that about me. You can't find that out about me unless you spend some time with me.
That's interesting, John. Yoga just let y'all in.
I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about
he let y'all behind the veil.
I'm trying to help somebody. Contrary to what people think, man, we on this show and we talking about relationships like our relationships are all together. My wife is crazy. You hear me? I'm on this show trying to get therapy for me because my wife crazy. Now me, I don't have no problem. I'm good. I'm a good God-fearing man. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I'm just trying to make it through these relationship things, and I'm trying to help somebody.
Oh yeah. I mean, it makes. I know for me and my wife, it makes us more aware of, you know what I'm saying, ourselves in our relationship, in our marriage. So I definitely agree with you. Now, let me say this. When we talk about the levels go deeper. You know, we're not thinking going higher. We're thinking going deeper because, like John said, you start with the shallow communication first. This is the light communication. But you're going to get into the deeper communication pretty soon. Right? So when you get to number 4, things change. Number 4 is needs, emotions, and desires.
But wait. Before we go to 3, we didn't talk about beliefs. Beliefs is really, I skipped over, I apologize for skipping over that. But man, beliefs is really, really, really important. And the reason why it's so really, really important because beliefs is a thing is one of the things that's normally a relationship killer. Either it's a relationship killer before the relationship gets started, or it's a relationship killer after we say we're gonna have a relationship. Because if you don't let me know what you believe and what you come from and what your culture is like, for example, if you believe, God bless you if you do, that cheating on your taxes is cool, you get with a straight-laced banker dude, he gonna be like, girl, fool, I'm for taxi. Who will live somebody? Dude, if you don't believe in Santa Claus, and the person that you don't want the kids not to believe, want the kid to believe in that. If you don't think nothing is wrong with trick or treating Halloween, dude, it's funny because that is simple stuff, but those are relationship killers.
Yeah. If he believes that women should be in the kitchen, you need to know that.
Get in the kitchen. Just to be safe, all y'all get in the kitchen.
And if she believes that she should be pampered and taken care of 24/7, you need to know that.
He need to know that by you being in the kitchen. Tell him when you're in the kitchen. But seriously, I'm serious, y'all. The beliefs thing, that is because listen, he could be Jehovah's Witness. If you Pentecostal, I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's a lot there. Yeah. It's more there that we can get into. But y'all need to be talking about that kind of stuff. You need to know that.
Yeah. Just because both of y'all say y'all Christians, it don't mean it's gonna work. Let me just tell you.
They ain't looking at that. They looking at just because he fine and I'm fine, it's gonna work. And both of y'all and you could be far from the truth.
And let me say this. When it comes to relationships, most people y'all ain't really checking for Jesus. Y'all not checking for him. Who? Women only concerned about Jesus to the point of keeping that man honest. Beyond that, care less.
Yeah.
And men only concerned about Jesus to the point of keeping her peaceful. Beyond that, we don't care.
And that's why it's important that we really talk to each other and find out what those things are. Because ultimately, we're trying to find out who you are to your core.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Number
Okay.
four are needs, emotions, and desires. Needs, emotions, and desires. What do you need? What are the deal breakers? What are the things that get you, you know what I'm saying? Emotionally, what are the things that you can't handle? Or what are the things that you would prefer? You know what I'm saying? This is where you get into, you know, I like somebody to talk to me a certain way, or this, that, and other. And then desires, what do you really want? What do you want? Now that's a huge one. What do you want?
That's huge. That's huge. Because most of the time, it's what makes it so huge, guys, is people. Okay, how about this? People change. People change.
Oh.
People needs change. People desires change. And because they change, when, for example, it was a friend of mine. When he got with his girlfriend, was his wife later, they were texting all the time. He knew that she enjoyed texting him throughout the day. Well, once they got married, he didn't think texting throughout the day was a big deal until she started texting somebody else throughout the day.
Oh.
Well, and I don't even think she was cheating, but that's what she was used to with him. And he left a void there. But again, he knew about this when he started dating her. And so I'm saying this, guy. I'm saying this to everybody. Don't start off doing something that you don't keep up. If you know that person, that's one of their needs, emotional desires. You can't change once you get them to say, "Oh, I got them now. I don't have to do that stuff," because that stuff is just as important now as it was back then when you guys first started dating.
Because you got to decide if you're willing to take that on, because now this becomes a responsibility you have towards this person to fulfill that particular need. When somebody's communicating their needs to you, it's for the sake of seeing, for you to assess if there's something that you want to take on, fulfilling this particular need. If they need somebody to call them 3-4 times a day and you hate the phone, you probably don't need to be with that person.
But you looked at her when she walked off and you say, "Yeah, I can call her." I call her. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you right now. But and again, that's what we do. Most of us play the short game. And then once the game goes longer than what we think it should go, we miserable. How did I get here? Well, we got here because you didn't pay attention. You were playing the short game when you should have been playing the long game. You was willing to do whatever she needed for a short period of time, just like she was willing to do for a short period of time. But the relationships, they get a lot longer than what you think they do.
Do we even know how to play the long game anymore?
No, we figure it out as we go. We get out of the bed and start. We do our relationship stuff backwards. We get in the bed first, and then as we realize we enjoy each other. Hey, you pretty funny. Well, I didn't know you was that funny either. I didn't. As we find out stuff about each other relationship, then again we do it backwards. We traditionally do it backwards.
Yeah. Girl, what's your name? After you seem like you might be pretty cool.
I might keep you around.
Right. So y'all let us know what are some needs that you communicate to somebody when you trying to get to know somebody. What are some needs?
And that's a really good question, because I don't think I would be surprised, because I don't think most people communicate their needs because they don't want to come off as needy.
Oh. What? Now that's a question I want to. What is too needy? Is it some person by person, or is there a general rule as to what somebody too needy?
Generally, to me, and ladies, we want y'all to jump in and let us know what y'all think that answer to those questions. Because what I think, we go into relationships wanting the other person to complete us,
to
help us be whole. And men and women are geared to that, because women are going to relationships and say, I can do this. Mika says the need for consistency.
That's big. That's big. Now, consistency. The thing about consistency is it makes you predictable. Here's the problem, though. If they're consistent, because consistency and predictability can get boring after a while. Are you gonna be cool with that, or do you need some spontaneity?
Well, indeed. And remember, we said these things will change.
Mm-hmm.
These things will change, and the reason why they change because she's not going to always want you to be. She's not going to always want you to be consistent. She's going to want some other things from you. And but let me know at the beginning, hey, I need you to do what you say, and I need you to be consistent with what you're doing, how you treat me and what you're doing.
Yeah. I would say, Mika, I tell you this. Consistency is good for security, but it's not good for romance.
Can we big screen that? I need to see him on the one screen. You need to say that again because that's good, man.
Consistency is good for security, but it doesn't work so well for romance. Because a person who is consistent, they're routine based. They love routine. They're locked into routine. They pay the bills on time. They get the maintenance on the car done when it's supposed to get done. They, you know what I'm saying? They get the yard taken care of when the yard need to take care of. But when you want excitement, consistency, that predictability, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, and that's the greatness. That's the great thing about relationships, man, and where you are in them. Because sometimes with me, I'm on top of the world. Other times, the world on top of me. So you'll never know what you're gonna get, and that's what relationship. That's how they're supposed to be. That's how and that's an experience that you guys will spend. That's supposed to spend together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All
right. We're gonna keep it rolling because we short on time. We're gonna keep it rolling.
All right.
Number 5 is feelings and experiences. Feelings and experiences. What are the things that you've experienced that make you who you are? And that goes from the bad things to the good things. If you've been abused, if you've been, you know what I'm saying, that there are some deep-seated things that are there, that person needs to know because they need to be sensitive to this.
See, I'm going to have to call an audible on that one. I'm going to have to throw a flag on that one, bro.
Okay.
Offsides, encroachment. I got to call something because, man, think about this. And okay, I agree with what you're saying, but there are levels to experiences. There are levels to what we need, what we need to talk about with you. Remember, we dating. Now. If you got life experiences, can be really, really tough. I'm just saying, don't go past a 2 or a 3 at the max. If a 6 is the highest, ease people into what your experiences are. Ease them into it, because don't nobody deep. People got some stories.
Yeah, and that's why you got to go through the levels. You got to start at 1 and go through the levels. By the time you get to 5, you at a place where you invested. You invested. So now communicating your feelings and experiences, like what are you actually afraid of? Can you communicate that to that person? Well, I'm afraid of somebody, you know what I'm saying, getting me into this life, getting me into this marriage and everything, and then all of a sudden they pull the rug out from under. Can you communicate that to them? Why? Because I saw this happen to my mom, or I saw what my dad went through. This is what we talk about, feelings and experience.
If you've been married before, and
and
how that changed you, how that made you look at men, how it made you where you're not trusting, how that made you where you looking for me to do something to try to run out the door, how you think, because there are always takeaways from every experience that you have. And if you're trying to, and because you played a part in those as well. So with most of those, you should be saying how with those experiences, what you learned and how it affected you, and what was your takeaway from it. Because if you're the victim and all, I'm gonna tell you this: if you're the victim and all your stories and nothing ever good happened to you, you're gonna probably be by yourself for a little while longer.
Can we say that again? Give him a close up on this one. Give him a close up on this one.
I'm just saying, if you the victim in all of your stories and ain't nothing never your fault, then I'm having second thoughts about even pursuing anything with you because none is your fault. There should be learning experiences of everything you did, and you play a part in everything that has happened to you. A decision was made somewhere by you that helped get you on the road that you are with your life. You play, and it can't be everybody else's fault. So if you talking to me and you saying, yeah, they did this, and they did that, he took my money, did this, and I ain't do nothing. I was just at home cooking every day, waiting for him to get home. Then I'm gonna know, no, that's probably not true. That's probably not true because you had a hand in like he did.
Right. If you got 4 or 5 different stories where you the victim, who was at the scene of every crime?
Mm-hmm.
You have got to look at yourself. And a person who doesn't do this, they don't do accountability. They don't do accountability well. People that always play the victim, they do not do accountability well. And a lot of times they might be delusional at the same time. If you can't see yourself and take responsibility for your own actions, it's time to cut it short. Because it ain't gonna be number problems. Mika says no accountability drives me crazy.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lisa,
go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Lisa said, "Woo, D, that's a word. Listen, we trying to help somebody.
Just trying to help somebody, man. We're trying to help somebody. But now, if you think that drive y'all crazy as women, you should see how it do us as men.
Oh,
y'all don't even know the half. You like, wait, you don't see yourself in none of this. You ain't did nothing. Nothing. Okay.
Yeah. It can't be all about what he did and he did. You are responsible for your behavior. You can't, once you make somebody else responsible for your behavior, you have now said that you don't control you. You've given up control. How comfortable are you with that? So feeling these experiences are key. And you got to go through all of this before you get to the sexual communication.
Now, my one caveat to this part of it is, if you got that fire, you should probably say something about that. You need to leave me alone, because once you get up in here, it ain't gonna be no more good for you. You're gonna just run out of the middle of 75, going south on the north side. You need to say somebody about that, because they need to know now. They need to know.
And then, man, people not honest enough.
About nothing.
About nothing. You get with somebody who, well, I'm saying, put it like this. You already suspected that this person was probably good at something.
You had a hankering that she might be.
some discernment. You know what I'm saying? that they probably, but if you got that suspicion, then you got to go through this before you get there, because what if it's not what you can handle? When I say it's not what you can handle, that person gets you so tied up that you can't see straight. Next thing you know,
normally it's mentally, how you so mentally tied up that now you made a decision that I don't care what them sugar walls is like. I got to get up out of here because it's mentally driving me crazy. Because that's what happened. See, this I'm gonna let ladies in on the secret right quick. Time is flying today. Men gauge your craziness and they look at you and say, "Is she gonna be worth the craziness?" Because all y'all crazy, and we say, "Is she gonna be worth it? Is she gonna be worth the level of crazy that she giving me?" And most of the time, the answer is no. But we go on anyway.
Yeah. Men will put up with a little crazy if you find.
Yeah, we will.
They'll put up with a little crazy if you find.
Time is flying today, sir.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. So if ain't nobody putting up with you, then you probably ain't. Nah, let me stop.
All right.
Let me stop.
Final thoughts. So let me get to this. All right. So my final thought for the day is I think people sell themselves short. I think you are way more amazing. You are way more interesting. You are way more you have way more going for you than you think. You think that you got to have you think you got to be up here giving out the booty early and doing what everybody else is doing. One thing about relationships, man, when you look back on them, you want to say, "Wow, I did the best thing for me." When you're on an interview, you say, "Hey, what do you see yourself 5 years?" I want to be happy. I want to be happy with you. But the only way we do that, we gotta start selling ourselves short. You jump in the bed because you think most of the time that's all we got to offer, and there's so much more to you than that. And that's my final thought. That's my final thought.
When you look at relationships, when you look at all that it entails, there's a lot that goes into it. And the thing that you have to do is you have to communicate. So we talked about 6 levels of communication and connection. Most people jump to level 6 too fast, and people don't really take into account how powerful that connection is. You make that connection before you've decided whether this person is worth it. And now you get into situations where you are turned all the way around. Take your time. Sex ain't going nowhere. It's a biological reality. It's not going anywhere. But it's worth seeing who this person is, seeing what they believe, what experiences they've had, and the whole nine before you get to that level. It'll save you a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of headache. It'll save you a lot of trouble. And if you really desire to be with somebody, you put in the work, you do the time, and get to a place to where you can have something that's healthy with somebody. And in the end, everybody be better for it. And that's how King speak for this week.
Boy, the money still flying. Money was doing this today, wasn't it?
Oh, man.
Man, money was flying today.
Yeah, it ain't waiting for nobody today.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Lisa said, great show. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for listening in. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate everybody talking to us. We hope we help somebody.
Yeah.
Before you head to the bed, as John likes to say, run me them panties. Don't run.
It's gonna be there. Panties gonna be there. Panties gonna be there. Take a minute to dress up your food before you eat it. Make sure you get the salt and pepper. Make sure you get all the stuff, because make the plate look as well as you can. It's gonna the steak still there.
Yeah,
it ain't going nowhere. They think it's going somewhere.
Hey, fast food ain't never good for you.
See that?
Some of y'all need to white tablecloth these relationships. Sit down, and when you waiting on that meal, you gotta talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. When the dude come out and he say, "Tonight we'll be serving the duck in the you be like, hey, yeah,
I love wrong shit. Yeah. So just remind everybody, the Forecast anniversary show is tonight at 8:30. So it's coming up in a few minutes. The Forecast, right? So you want to stay tuned for the Forecast and catch that show. They've hit 1 year. Man, I gotta see where we are. We getting close to 2 years. So
yeah, we getting close to 2 now.
Wow.
I think I had her on our first show.
Oh my goodness. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. Appreciate y'all coming in week after week, being with us. Stay tuned for the Forecast anniversary show. Y'all have a good one. We're gonna catch y'all next Monday.
Y'all be good. Peace.